started. Hello, everybody. I'm Misty Reinhardt. I work in the Innovation Center at NEO. This is my coworker, Natasha Brand. She's our student success specialist. And that's my other coworker, Shane Snell, and she's our faculty support specialist. Is part of the Title III grant. Serving the new majority, indicator number 2 addresses the We are partnered with Carl Albert State College on this project, and our two institutions cover regions of the state where more than 1 million residents are Native American.
So first, let's look at the what of our project. I know a lot of you are invested in our students. You probably have something to do with some of the orientations that are on the course. So we revamped our freshman year, and most of you probably went through the big change with your orientation course. And then kind of coming back to campus and wanting to. So I'm sure you're connected with some of this. We also developed SOLO, which is our extended orientation. In just a little bit. And during the developmental process, we collaborated with a lot of our local tribal representatives and Native American students to ensure cultural representation on the course of the school.
Okay. This was our research phase, and we really wanted to see what the students were feeling and thinking. Surveys, some was that mental health awareness was really important for the students in their orientations. But more so than that, there was a gap between what students actually wanted from their orientations and what they were getting out of them. So they wanted to be able to access online, just as in campus. And those surveys actually show that improving technical literacy. While we had campus resources readily, we thought readily available, our online students were having the they requested those services directly specifically for online students. Our NEO solo, which is our extended orientation, that phase still, I would think receive them positive feedback.
How we did our project, we used evidence-based practices and a data-driven approach. We used universal design for learning, accessibility guidelines for students.
We're going to pop back into the project overview. Looking back at the research a little bit here during the development phase, we were looking at the challenges that were faced by online learners and the role of survey. Students responded that they, almost half of them that responded thought that orientation. Where in reality, only 15% of those orientations are actually we found that it showed gaps in learning in online orientations directed at fully online students. Significantly academic and mental health. Native College students sought their mental health services cheaper. Then again, back to our NGO institutional research, we found again, and I'm unaware of and also another big one was lack of opportunities for virtual participation. This is another statistic that supports that in the other one. So half of students wish they had the participation in campus events, and benefits here of having a robust online orientation, but knowing belonging impacts several of the student outcomes, including increased engagement and academic performance. It showed it was crucial to mental health promotion efforts and creating a more supportive and inclusive learning environment that promotes both student success and well-being is important. And so we wanted to create our extended online orientation. Those students, before they even start in the class that were online, they didn't have a chance but able to see those things in our asynchronous rules. In the revamping, two major frameworks we looked at were those to look at certain areas and answer the questions as we what we need to do, and we wanted to identify the barriers to learning and identify the supports that we can put in place, and then we're looking at the assessment and measurement.
We updated our course overview as well as each module. We updated the instructional materials and have added some AR learner support.
So I hope you'll see by these graphics just how much quality matters and really support each other. And it's important that we look at our course as a whole, not just taking one framework work. So from the instructional point of view, of course, we looked at learning objectives, course activities, trying to make our orientations a little more interactive, even though they were online. So we want them to build that sense of community. And we also use the teacher evaluate revise. Our FY is every 8 weeks, and so every 8 weeks is an opportunity.
To achieve accessibility and engagement in our online orientation, we used a systematic framework, we used quality course design, and we enhanced our support for all learners.
One of matters, and we've got some reference links at the end, so where we apply these. So the quality matters 8 standards for online course design, as you can see, we included also view and intro, but we included detailed well-defined pages that are consistent throughout all the operations. As well as inside out the instruction materials, we have an OER textbook, an experience class. Zoom, the technology, we embed materials where we can in Canvas so that the students don't have to link out. And then devices to troubleshoot their provide students resources that directly go to each device to tell them about the software. And accessibility and usability, we have been testing all our apps and content for that in both courses.
So we look at UDL, and I know, first of all, raise your hand if you're familiar with quality matters first. Almost everyone. Raise your hand if you're familiar with UDL. Right, so over half the room just responded on that, right? So in UDL, we look at multiple means of engagement, providing multiple means of representation, and providing multiple means of action and expression. So we try to follow these guidelines as we design our orientations. So some examples of those were for engagement, of course, their objectives, welcome discussions, and I think it's important that the instructor be a part of those discussions too. I had someone explain of a discussion board and then you don't post to it personally. It's kind of like walking into so be a part of that, especially with our orientation with our freshman year students. Representation, we included videos. They're not just looking at text the whole time. Sure that we have accessible file formats, all text within all the pictures of the course. And then action expression, we made sure it was interactive, that there were some outcomes, and of course we had anonymous polling so that they could give us honest feedback
So as we move through the development and pilot of our extended orientation and F1. Going ongoing with the project that we're tackling the accessibility here. And so guidelines that we follow for this and making sure the information in both courses is receivable, understandable with us. So we wanted to make sure that the content could be accessed easily, it was consistent. Options of all text on all the images and the keyboard accessibility, so testing things out without finding content that can be resized and it works across different browsers. And so also looking at the graphic on the left, make sure that all our videos and video captioning and separate transcripts that are downloadable. Screen readers, so this is the really
All right, so let's look at freshman year experience. Each of us represent different areas on our campus, by the way, too. So I'm a faculty sports specialist, but I teach FYE. So it's really great to kind of have your hands on the side of it. With FYE, every campus has it set up a little bit. So on our campus, it is an 8-week credit course. So raise your hand if your FYE or your orientation is. I've seen that slowly start to come down, right? 16-week, raise your hand. Okay, 8-week, raise your hand. See a variety, and we're still trying to change that, make it better each time. So the basic modules that we have in our FYE, and that's going to be different campus to campus, depends on what your students need. 8-week 0 solo orientation, which is the resource that we developed that students can access before they even get their goal. So they can get a taste of that. Tasha's going to tell us a little more about that. In Canvas, we noticed that our students don't come in, of course, with all the skills that they need. And even though we linked Canvas pages on how-tos, they needed to see how it's done. So we embedded those videos into FYE. Now this one's because we've had students online, you assume, oh, everybody needs to knows how to use Zoom. No, some of our students that are coming back are non-traditional students that in time that weren't forced online or didn't go through high school online, do not know how to use Zoom. So we included some Zoom videos as well. Of course, our online resources and our on-campus resources, we want them to be familiar with those and easy to find them. We also include online professionalism as part of our orientation. And recently we've added academic and AI because we speak about academic integrity, but our students. And then put a video, a quiz at the end too, so we can be sure that they've watched it. So at least our brand new students are learning about academic integrity and also a little bit about advisors, how to use DegreeWorks, study skills, G management. Those are in yellow because those are the ones that our students said at the end of it helped them the most. And I found that very interesting. And then lastly, we do some career exploration. Let's start again. So part of our interactive experiences that we added to FYE, our instructor video at the beginning that introduces myself as well as how to navigate it. We also did a weekly overview. We have 8 modules. And so there's a video for each module that says, these are the assignments you're going to do, and plus a little tip about maybe learning online as well. So we also do a weekly touch base on Zoom for the first 4 weeks. We used to do it for I didn't have as many showing up. This is for points, but they can also do this touch base through email. So students are unable to come to the 12 o'clock or 7 p.m. Zoom meeting. It's just, hey, I'm glad you're here. How are you doing? Can I put you in touch with any resources? So I think that's really important that it's a quick meeting. At time we make note of how they're feeling, what they might do. We also included a little bit about campus history because if our complete online students aren't coming to campus, they know nothing about NEO. So a little bit about our history, a virtual campus. Lastly, our academic integrity and AI.
From the LMS side, at NEO, we have one course template that is used for every single course offered. So we have updated the homepage that has a nice start here button in the middle of it. That start here takes you to a module at the top of our modules page that has course information as well as campus resources and whatever technology the instructor might be using. We have added usually as well as tutor.com, and you can see the links on the side. Finding the online tutoring assistant, so by having it right there, it made it pretty easy for everyone to find in every course.
Then pop back into accessibility engagement a little bit here. Usually Panorama is one of the accessibility tools that we have implemented in Canvas. Sharing stuff in your experience course with our website accessibility pop-up up there. So if the students and individuals change their size and text developments in one. And it's depending on what they want to code. So that has been great, and that is access in all of our courses by the little accessibility widget guy at the bottom piece stays down on the right-hand side of our screen at the time. So you click that to bring the pop-up up, and then that displays all the settings where the student can have their own preferences. So that has been absolutely amazing with our courses. We also have accessibility tool videos included in FYU, actually said as how to in detail in how to access Future. And then we also looked over our textbook accessibility, transcripts for all multimedia is included in FYU's. Action and options, all text on all the images, and then there were PDF accessible PDFs added to one level interactive. We jump into Solo. Solo student online learning. It is an asynchronous resource for online learners, and it's great because it allows our students to be able to go over this and see all of the campus resources before. So we have this from day one before they even get involved. It includes, it's module based, exactly like our other courses. Before ready to log in, so it's some before we start, or this semester before we start, they can get an idea of what that course is. We have an introduction to online learning and articulate for that. And so while this is a hover over activity that reveals pop-ups, we work with the accessibility in this accessibility PDF and also voice. They all text. Then we added tips and ideas, and in that section we actually had tips and ideas from former NEO students. They came in and recorded videos. Solo, which is really great. Our students talking about have resources available to students taking courses online, trying to address the gap where they weren't sure where these resources were available, and they answered questions about institutional resources, tutoring, academic resources, anything you can do. Nice manner, all on one page, really easy to access. All the links linked externally. Places everywhere where resources are stored. And then finally, we have a section on computer skills, academic honesty, where we have added the new academic solo but without a quiz. And then a wrap up section where the students can actually print anonymous and we can get feedback there. So looking at the creation, we wanted to keep with the consistent design and that's same video. In there, we've got the accessible transcript sitting underneath it. And then on the administration and faculty side, when we're upstairs, we can look at future again in the edit options set where students can access material including Braille. Check. The right graphic over there is showing how accessibility before. And all the materials that are embedded in it, content and knowledge. Implementing it. Get this access now of so they can talk to the students about it. So for our integration process, we created student success. So they were involved from the beginning, from the research development, providing input and feedback at each point through the pilot. We did student surveys to see what students were getting and then one group those experiences with our friends over at Carlisle and State College. Pilot is Anna here with us today. Cultural responsiveness, we have tribal representatives there and students from both colleges, and communication. And we provided a series of videos to that, but we have in live. If we click on the video, we have an example here from the students in the
But to build a sense of belonging is important. Kids have a parents who are shocked and
comes on automatically. So that's a really, really great mistake. Solo is located on each corner you've got here menu, as Misty mentioned. We have this template, and so once they're enrolled and have their logins, they're ready to go back and next Solo in every course, and also when they get to do FYE, there's change. Like I said before, admission sends out the week before enrollment.
Sorry. There it is. There we go. So just for a quick thought exercise, we're still okay on time. Okay, I know, like I said, a lot of you probably have something to do with orientation. It's very by the way. Thank you. So let's look at what are some of the points where students always have difficulty in maybe some concepts or understanding campus information. You know, that can be a struggle for online, right? Yes. Oh, no.
Earlier question, the difference between 8 and 16 week for the
Right.
what are the benefits for the 8 weeks over the 16 week?
That's a good question. We basically found, or I found, that kind of 8 weeks is enough. That's kind of what we figured out with our those 4-week touch base points through Zoom too. That at some point, then they're sort of, all right, I'm acclimated, I'm ready to go. So now we need to look at research on that. Really, is 16 better than 8 weeks? But we found that a lot of our students want 8 week classes now. We can find that on campus too, that they would rather do 2 and 2 instead of 4. So it's just that change continues to happen. It's hard.
Campus. And they look at For the entire first semester, like, we're getting enrollment.
Right.
With the final exams.
Yeah.
If there's a patient.
Right.
then we want to-
No, I like that too, because Carlisle are a good example. You have them how many weeks? Helping them through that, getting enrolled for their second semester is also, and you're right, it's important. Yes. Now, that is one thing we don't have separated. So, we have our online or our on-ground students, we have our online, but we do not have the. Okay, so thinking about your own and just at your tables where you're at, guys. Where the pickups are, and what improvements could be made in your own online orientation if you picked up something from this presentation or the use cabinet idea.
And how do you, how are you added to see if this is successful? So how are you?
Gathering data. So I can't speak to the outcome yet, but we will hopefully in future presentations going to do that. Right now, we're just generating 8 weeks to 8 weeks, basically. Are the number of questions starting to go down? Yes, we're starting to see that.
All students, not just first year experience.
All students, well, I can't say all. We do have a few majors that do not take FYE. The majority of our students take FYE in their hopefully first semester.
So students enrolling in my Comp 2 class, they're not doing an online orientation. I just wanted to do something.
Right.
So that's what you guys have said. It's totally external to any individual course other than that.
Use its own course, its own single credit. You got it.
There's just a link in every course if they want to feedback as
Right,
well.
so
So
it's
it's available.
something.
Right.
Yeah, there's a link for them to go back and refresh what they might have forgotten.
Absolutely. Oh, so, yes, absolutely. So that resource is always there, always there.
Can you teach them more easy?
Oh, no, it's mainly asynchronous, except for those first 4 weeks when we do have the Zoom meeting. But like I said, I leave it an option that they can do. And I would say after the first 4 weeks, it's really totally asynchronous.
I didn't see it in your curriculum, but do you, and then if you don't, are you considering? The appropriate change
Yes.
of
Yes.
feedback,
Yes.
and not go straight to President Trump of Oklahoma State University.
Yeah, I can address that one. No, we don't currently, but yes, it was brought up by our administrator, our committees. So our student success committee and our distance learning committee, that has actually been brought to the table as one of the processes that they would like defined, and we are working on for year 2. Find procedures for students that would be helpful, so they just don't see that touched on someone. Yeah, very briefly, but we would like to expand it.
Right.
Yeah, so thank you. Yes.
You're so right.
Yeah.
I think that's universal.
Yeah.
They're not sure who to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Right. Currently do not have current students in equation.
But they have
They
access
they do have access to SOLA.
Because it is a 1 hour course and if they are current, and so. Our students and
So that conversation hasn't been had, but we've definitely talked about why don't we have an orientation for to the current students. You know, and it's like, well, they have their support in the high school, we have solo, but yeah, maybe that's something that would be on the. Yeah, and we've also noticed sometimes with the current student may take 2 years of classes and then they come to campus for their. I know you know everything now, though.
That was what we were really.
Yeah.
A resource for those students that don't actually get to take them.
And perhaps the guidance counselor. Any more questions?
Yes. So, the war, so the
So when we were designing the FYE, it was great. And Joy was like, hey, we need to make a copy of that for our traditional students as well. So there is, they use a lot of our content and then they just tweak it before and after the course. So yes, a lot of this content is still there. Yeah.
I can check the chat. Audio. You're all gonna check the chat with me. Yeah. Sorry that you guys are all having to watch this. It looks like it's all about, yeah, all about the audio.
Let's see, you got realized question.
Each Zoom meeting, I keep track of how many attended 12 o'clock, how many attended 7 o'clock, and what were the questions. So in that first 8 weeks, questions from textbooks to where do I contact my advisor, things like that. The ones that I'm noticing most frequently now are questions about financial aid, which kind of makes hey, who do I talk to? So of course, I'm directing them right to the person to go to. So financial aid, I've seen a decrease in the questions on books. Yes, our resources are starting to increase on, hey, this is how you say this is. And some feedback from the director. But with our stuff, we don't know options and.
This is a work in progress. We're FYE revamp and we evaluate our pilot showing supportive goal over. And solo is in each year of qualification. So next for us, Misty and I are working on an online canvas, which will also be linked from solo. So we will start to work on that in summer. And that will be synchronous. And so the solo, we've been researching external collaboration tools, Padlet, Bubble, and Kahoot Guides, those kinds that have been embedded into Canvas. To contribute asynchronously at any time without us having to facilitate it. And that's what we don't have. We can't have discussion boards because it's a public facing course. And so these will allow a little bit more connection in solo resource and foster some more connectedness and then this following year we're putting focus on mental health and well-being, and that's across all of our organizations. Online resources and online. And just to clarify that online. Again, it'll be more on the dashboard.
Thank you for attending our session. We hope you have. Question we would love for everybody to participate in because it will help us further. And is there any other questions? Yeah.
Is your presentation also available?
I'm sorry, what?
Is your presentation available?
Yes, yes. Go through it and it's also fully accessible. Yes.
Yeah, we have a link to so much, so you'd like to have it with our resource and.
We've done that.
Go back to the search.
Mhm.
Like sometimes I have to like zoom in and zoom back out. Maybe use QR code to work. That is the community we are starting to work on. Yeah. Well, I have started working with a couple of our clubs and we started mid-semester, so they're really busy right now. We're hoping to.
Yeah, this is really the next project on the horizon is to have someone and make more of those on-campus projects.
And then, yeah, if you grab our PowerPoint presentation up there on the right-hand side, there's a link and anybody can go look at our solo sports.